Well. Duke Manyweather. If you don't know who Duke Manyweather is now, you are going to know who he is later. And the reason why you're going to know who he is, because I believe we're going to see a Dallas Cowboys offensive line that is going to be much improved. From Cooper Beebe making another huge step, to Tyler Smith making another huge step, to Tyler Guyton maybe coming into his own and being who we want him to be. And of course, I believe Tyler Booker is already going to be off the chain. And I think we're even going to see Terrence Steele get back to pre-injury form. Duke Manyweather, of all the offensive linemen he's been coaching and of all the offensive lines he's seen the Cowboys have in a while, he has some serious high praise for this particular offensive line. I think every Dallas Cowboy fan needs to hear what Duke Manyweather has to say about this 2025 Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot more things coming in the future. Now let's talk facts. Duke Manyweather. It is amazing that once you get your name attached to the Dallas Cowboys, you may be known, but you're going to be well known once you attach yourself to the Cowboys. And Duke Manyweather has attached himself to the Cowboys this season in a very serious way. The Cowboys, it seems, are behind this, but they have Duke Manyweather, or they have all 5 of their offensive linemen. They're all working with Duke Manyweather this offseason. And the goal is to improve them in very crucial parts of their game. I've already shown this in another video. And again, I'm going to put this video in the description. I'm going to link it in the description. And I'm also going to put it at the end of this video. And I'll probably put a link up here at the top somewhere towards the end. But I'm telling you, the work that Duke Manyweather, the work that the Dallas Cowboys offensive linemen are putting in with Duke Manyweather, I think it's going to pay some serious dividends. And so right now they have OL masterminds going on, or offensive line masterminds. I'm not sure if it's over, but I know they had it. They either had it or they're still having it this week. And so Duke Manyweather has some very high praise for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Let's go over here to an article written by Josh Sanchez, and then we're going to look at John Machota. It seems like he's either there or he's got some footage from Duke Manyweather himself talking about the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Says here, Cowboys offensive line receives high praise from respected offensive line guru. Offensive line guru Duke Manyweather has a close relationship with the Dallas Cowboys, and he's heaping high praise on the team's most talent-rich line in years. Okay, this is Tyler Smith right here from working, looks like 2024 Pro Bowl. It says the Dallas Cowboys put an extra focus on improving in the trenches during the NFL offseason, with new head coach Brian Schottenheimer and his staff also making it clear that improving the rushing attack is a goal for the upcoming season. Now, let's understand this. This actually isn't nothing new for the Cowboys. They've tried to do this before. In particular, got to give Jason Garrett credit. Jason Garrett was trying to build the trenches, and I don't know if we call it trenches necessarily, but where he was focused on was the offensive line. The thing that I'm so proud of the Cowboys for this year is that they seem to be focused on both trenches, or both sides of the ball, the offensive and defensive line. We'll talk about them in the future. But again, it says the Dallas Cowboys are making it clear they want to improve the rushing attack. And understand this. A lot of people think this means the Cowboys are going to run the ball more. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to run the ball more. I don't think the Cowboys are going to run 50-50 as it applies to the run. I think the Cowboys are going to be somewhere more south of maybe 55-45, 58-42, maybe even 60-40. Because when you have the offensive weapons in the pass game the Cowboys have, all the way from CeeDee Lamb to George Pickens to Kevontae Turpin, Jake Ferguson, and yeah, I'm going to say it again, Jalen Tolbert. And even when you talk about Jaden Blue, who I don't think people understand is going to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys passing game, they have a ton of weapons in the pass game. And so I think because of their very good passing game, there'll be no more single high safety on the Cowboys. They're going to be able to run the ball. So what they want to do is not only run the ball better. That's the key. They want to run the ball better. They want to run the ball violent, according to Clayton Adams. But they also want to keep Dak Prescott healthy. So in all of that, the Cowboys have had their line training with Duke Manyweather. It says Dallas bolstered the offensive line by drafting Tyler Booker. Of course, we know that. He's the replacement of Zach Martin. Of course, we know in 2024 they got Guyton. And, of course, they got Cooper Beebe. And they also got Tyler Smith, who I believe is hands down the best offensive lineman the Cowboys have on this team. And I wouldn't mind if the Cowboys moved him to left tackle and moved Guyton to right tackle. But that's a whole discussion for another day. But nevertheless, the Cowboys, we've talked about this on our live stream yesterday. And the one thing I believe is the more I think about it, I think the one thing we don't have to worry about is going to be the Cowboys offense. From the offensive line to the skill positions, I mean, the quarterback, we have nothing to worry about. The Cowboys are going to put up points. But again, the thing that I like about this is that Duke Manyweather, because he works over here out of Dallas, it says here he has a great relationship not only with some of the Dallas Cowboys players, in particular the offensive linemen, but he also has a very good relationship with the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff. I mean, this guy is good. They can learn some stuff from him too. And so when discussing the Cowboys offensive line, Manyweather had incredible praise for the unit, which he called the team's most talent-rich and deepest line in a long time. Let's check out what he says here on the video.
First, let's start off with what they did this offseason. Not just the draft, but who they've signed as free agents, who they have coming back. This is the deepest and most talent-rich in terms of quality depth that I've seen the Cowboys have in a long time in the offensive line room, you know. In the last couple of years, you lose a Tyron Smith, you lose a Tyler Biadasz, you lose a Zach Martin, but you gain a Tyler Guyton, you got a more mature Tyler Smith, you got Cooper Beebe that's coming into his own, and then you draft the Tyler Booker, who, in my opinion, brings a lot of the same traits and characteristics as Tyler Smith. I expect those three interior guys to be about as physical as they come and really push the point. Worth noting, I think Terrence Steele had a really great offseason this year. He looked like, to me, that he had his spring back in terms of his legs, 2 years removed from the horrific knee injury that he had. So I expect him to take another leap. You know, a couple of years ago, he was an elite run blocker. This year, he got back to that, struggled a bit in pass protection, just what he was doing with his hands and what he was asked to do. But I think that with Coach Connor Riley and with Coach Chin and Clayton Adams are going to ask him to do and ask him to be is going to be more of himself. And I think that will play into his favor. One common trend that you'll see when we'll talk about today and tomorrow is knowing who you are as a player, and then taking what makes you special and really holding your skill set with that. Not trying to do things that you can't replicate. So being able to do the things that you can replicate over and over again.
That is Duke Manyweather. I'm telling you, when Duke Manyweather says that about your offensive line, hey, man. Hey, sisters and brothers. Hey. Cowboys going to be ready to go. Cowboys are going to be better than, and I've already said, I've already talked about what I think the Cowboys are going to be, but I think the Cowboys may exceed even my expectations. And I'm very high on the Cowboys this year. But man, the more this thing comes together, now we just got to get through training camp, see it a little bit more on the field, let it develop. And I've already talked about this, the same thing he said. You got to know who you are. I think the Cowboys are going to let everyone see who they are the first few weeks, and that will determine what kind of reinforcements the Cowboys are going to bring in to continue to improve this team, because I don't think the Cowboys are done. I don't think the Cowboys are done. I think if they see an opportunity, I think they're going to not just bring in some more depth or improve depth, but I think the Cowboys may even bring in some upgrades if they get the opportunity at a couple of key positions. I am not worried about the Cowboys' offensive line. I think they're going to be able to throw the ball. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think they're going to be able to put up points. I think they're going to be able to be very dominant. I think they're going to be able to play with every single team in the league when it comes to offense. Now, I think we got to turn a little bit more of our focus to defense and make sure we have that solidified. But again, I think our offense is going to be an absolute terror. And now, getting this report from Duke Manyweather, I'm even more confident the Cowboys are better than they were in 2023. And the Cowboys are going to be ultra competitive. Y'all tell me what you think about what Duke Manyweather said. Tell me what you think about the Cowboys offensive line. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. DC4L, God bless. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts.